guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup Foundation. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with the original Double Wear, also from Estee Lauder. I've tried this. I just truthfully don't wear it as often as I'd like to because it's pretty full coverage, which is not the problem. If you watch me regularly, you know I love a full coverage foundation, but it kind of makes my skin look, I gotta say it, but it kind of looks mask-like, very flat on the skin. So when I use it, I have to use more products to kind of add the dimension back into my skin. So therefore, I am super excited about trying the new one, which is supposed to be more lightweight on the skin. It's supposed to provide a light to medium coverage, whereas the original Double Wear does a medium to full coverage. So I thought it would actually be pretty cool to do a side-by-side comparison. So if you guys are interested in seeing which one might suit you better, keep on watching. And if you guys like foundation reviews or first impressions, subscribe because I just so happen to do a lot of them on my channel. And I will link my foundation playlist for you guys right now, and I will also leave it in my description box for you if you want to check it out after this video. All right, let's get started. So the original Double Wear is a long wearing up to 24-hour wear foundation with a medium to full coverage. It gives you a matte finish. It's oil-free, oil-controlling, and fragrance-free. The new Double Wear Nude Water Fresh makeup is lightweight. It has an SPF of 30. It also is a 24-hour long wear foundation with a light to medium coverage, a real skin satin finish, and it is also oil-free, oil-controlling, fragrance-free, and this one is supposed to be hydrating. Oh, and one other pretty big difference between the two is that the original Double Wear has 38 shades to choose from, and the new Water Fresh foundation only has 12 shades to choose from. I have both of the foundations in the shade 3W1 Tawny. All right, let's do this. Sooner rather than later because it's starting to get so hot in my makeup room, and it is October, guys, and I'm still having the same sweats I did during the summer. I am going to start with the Double Wear on this side of my face, and I did prep my skin, just so you guys know, with the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. Pretty moisturizing, hydrating, because especially with the Double Wear, the more matte foundation, if I don't use something hydrating underneath, it clings to every dry patch on my skin and it looks terrible. A little bit on the forehead. And I've always been kind of unsure about this color. Every time I get color matched by somebody, they choose the Tawny for me. The only thing is that with a really full coverage foundation like the Double Wear, you have to get it pretty accurate, or else it's really quite obvious that you're wearing the wrong foundation color. You can see that it evens out your skin tone like super quickly with only one layer. I do like to build it up. Right now I would say it's like a sheer medium, and because I have freckles on the cheeks, I'll just show you how well this foundation builds. So that is pretty much like 2 layers of the product on the skin. You can see it's already setting on its own. It's doing a little bit of, it's clinging to all the dry areas on my face. So right here on my eyelid, you can see there's like little lines. It just doesn't look very good. And I forgot about this part, that it clings to all my expression lines, especially around the mouth. You can see how the product's just kind of sitting in there, and it only continues to get worse as the day goes on for me. Let's try the Water Fresh on the other side. You could definitely tell a difference in the consistency just by shaking it. The Double Wear sounds more thick, and the Water Fresh sounds way more liquidy. Liquidy? I don't even know if that's a word. So same thing, just a few taps. You could totally already tell the difference. I'm just gonna flip my foundation brush, which by the way is the Fenty Beauty foundation brush, which I'm totally into right now. It's way more fluid-like on the skin. You can instantly see the like radiance it has to it. Very blendable. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. My forehead is hot. Let's try a little bit up here. Gonna apply a little bit more. So far it's like a sheer light coverage. Yeah, I think that's more obvious now. Definitely more coverage on the Double Wear side, and for the Water Fresh side, less coverage, but the skin looks so much, for me, in my opinion, on my skin, looks so much better, and I prefer the Water Fresh side. I think this would be a perfect foundation for me if I had this finish and consistency with more coverage. But just to give you guys a time check, it is currently 12:15. I'm gonna continue to wear the foundations, see how they look in a few hours, but for right now, I'm gonna add a little bit more makeup, set the face, and then I will check back in. I just turned the camera back on because I had to share this with you. If you watched my last video, you know how much of a struggle it was for me because I was completely out of my Tarte Shape Tape in medium. I got a new one. I'm actually gonna try not to use too much of it because it is pretty full coverage and a little goes a long way, and I actually don't want to carry it down. Usually I'll bring it down onto my cheeks and add a little bit more coverage, but I really want to have this just be a foundation review, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep it to this part of my under eyes. Now I'm going to do a light dusting of powder using the Kiss Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I'm just going to tap some onto my lids and a little bit underneath the eyes. Again, remember this is the double wear side, like original. I don't want to do too much powder because if I do, it will look terrible. But I know that I do crease around the nose, so I have to get in here. Now on the other side, we can be a little bit more generous, but again, I don't want to use too much powder on this side either because I don't want to take away the natural dew that you're seeing. But I know that if I don't powder it, by like 3 hours from now, I will be super greasy. So I'm just gonna hit the T-zone with some powder, and now that I've powdered both sides, you can definitely see less coverage on the freckles, more coverage on this side. Well, hopefully you guys can see that. I got my full face on. I chose to go a little more au naturel today because again, it is so hot, and in my place it feels like it's 100 degrees, so I didn't want to go too heavy and sweat it all off, even though I can already feel the sweat droplets. So I'm gonna make this really quick. I wanna know, leave me a comment down below letting me know which side do you prefer. I noticed my skin's going a little ashy, like it's going a little bit light gray on the chin. So you see, again, you gotta get your color exactly right because with the more full coverage foundations, it shows everything. But with the Water Fresh side, definitely more natural. You can see the freckles totally popping through here, and I don't mind it. I think my skin looks really nice overall. I'm gonna do it, but in my expression lines, you can see it looks a little bit more drying on the Double Wear side. And then over here on the Water Fresh side, it's kind of creasing, but in my case, I think I'd almost rather it crease and just kind of dab it back in rather than it look dry. I don't even know where to start off because I feel like there's so many different things wrong with my face right now, but let's just wrap this up. It is 10:08. I just looked in the mirror. What is going on? What is this? I have not touched up, so let's just do a little bit of powder just so that we can kind of focus on what's going on. But overall, the Double Wear side is definitely more matte. This Water Fresh is a little bit dewier on the skin. It looks terrible. Andy just got home from work and he looked at me and he's like, what's going on with your face? You look like Jekyll and Hyde. Coverage wise, I don't notice anything spectacular from either side, but I do think the Double Wear lasted a little bit better than the Water Fresh side. I have a lot of rubbing off around the nose and on the chin. I would say more so on the Water Fresh side. I don't know what this is about. I watched my footage back because I did a little editing. First of all, both shades, I personally, I don't like them for myself. I do think that the Water Fresh side looks a lot better with my neck. Now, even though I don't think these are some of my favorite foundations to wear, I do have to choose a side which I prefer. So just looking at the two, I would say that I prefer the Water Fresh foundation just because I think it looks a lot more healthy and natural looking on the skin. I just can't get into the Double Wear, and so many people have recommended that I try Double Wear from Estee Lauder for years and years and years. I finally tried it. I can't get my color right. If you have a color that you think would suit me better than the one that I'm using, please leave me a comment down below and let me know. I really hope you guys like this first impression. Give it a thumbs up if you liked my oh gosh, it's bedtime. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys are new, and leave me a comment down below letting me know what the next video you would like to see from me is, and I will definitely start working on that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.